Hello everybody. Good morning to all of you. Today we are going to learn an important topic, that is feedback. First we will see the meaning of feedback. After that we will discuss its types. There are two types, positive and negative. And next we will discuss the main part of this question, that is general theory of feedback and its advantages, especially of negative feedback. Okay, so let us start from the heading feedback. So what is feedback? Actually, feedback is a process in which a portion of the output is returned to the input. Okay, a portion of the output is returned to the input. This makes the input dependent on the output of the amplifier and thus controls the output. So first we apply input, that may be current or voltage. When we get output, a portion of this output is returned to the input circuit or input. That is why we call it feedback. Now question is, what is the benefit of feedback? Actually, why do we apply feedback process? You will learn this in this video later on. First, we will discuss how many types of feedback. Basically, feedback is of two types. First, positive feedback, and second, negative feedback. See here, this is the heading, positive feedback. Why do we call it positive? Because the portion of the output which we are going to return the input, they are in phase, so that the strength of the input signal increases and in turn output increases. See here, I am reading this. When the feedback energy is in phase with the input signal and adds, जोड़ता है इसको, sum up करता है, it is known as direct regenerative or positive feedback. In this case, the gain of the amplifier is increased. Okay, but the range of uniform application is reduced. The distortion and noise in the output are increased and stability is reduced with the variation of input voltage. One thing is very important here, gain of the amplifier is increased. So when we apply positive feedback, gain of the amplifier increases, but at the same time its stability is reduced, we get distortion, we get unwanted signal, that is noise. Okay, due to these reasons the positive feedback is seldom employed in amplifiers. Again I am repeating this, we get increase in gain but stability is reduced, we get distortion, we get noise, so we do not prefer this feedback in amplifier. This is used in oscillator. Okay, because if the feedback energy is sufficiently large, this process is used in oscillator. Now next, let us see the negative feedback, then we will compare both. when the feedback energy is 180-degree out of phase with the input signal, thus opposes it because it is 180-degree out of phase. It is known as inverse or degenerative or negative feedback. In this case, the gain of the amplifier is reduced. Okay, the gain of the amplifier is reduced, but bandwidth is increased. Stability of the feedback amplifier is increased. The process reduces all amplitude, frequency, and phase distortions, and also the noise in the output. Here, there is a loss in gain. When we apply negative feedback, gain is reduced. But other things, side by side, we get more advantages, and that is why negative feedback we prefer in amplifier at the cost of reduction in gain. Okay. Now we will discuss general theory of feedback. Okay. See here. This is the amplifier circuit. Here, first of all, we apply input voltage. You can see here input voltage Vs, and suppose for a moment feedback is not given. So output is VO. Here, output is VO, not shown in figure. Output is VO, input is Vs. So VO by Vs is equal to gain of the amplifier without feedback. Okay, this AB is the notation of the gain without feedback, which is equal to the ratio of output voltage by input voltage. Now we apply feedback, means we return a portion of the output to the input through this circuit. So when a portion of the output is returned to the input, the new input is Vi, this one. Okay, and the new output is Vo dash. So the new input will be input voltage without feedback plus feedback voltage. This is the total input voltage, which is equal to Vs plus beta Vo. What is beta? Beta is the feedback factor, means what fraction of the output is returned to the input denoted by beta. So Vf is equal to beta Vo. This will be amplified AB times by the amplifier. Then final output will be Vo dash is equal to AI Bs plus beta Vo or this one. Therefore, the voltage gain of the amplifier with the feedback circuit is AVF is equal to AF by 1 minus AB beta from this formula. Okay. Now this equation may be written as if AF represents the gain of the amplifier with feedback. See here. Initially, in the beginning, I told you that the gain is AB without feedback. But here, feedback is applied, so gain is denoted by AF. So AF is equal to A by 1 minus A beta. In the denominator 1 minus A beta, which will decide whether it is greater than 1 or less than 1 or they are equal to 0. So we will discuss all the possibilities. On the basis of above equation, the following cases are possible. First of all, suppose this term 1 minus A beta less than 1. Naturally, if the denominator is less than 1, means fraction ratio will be more than 1. AF will be greater than 1. This is the condition of positive feedback. Okay, very clear? Now, if 1 minus A beta greater than 1, AF will be less than A. This is the condition of negative feedback. Okay. If 1 minus A beta is equal to 0, AF will become infinite because if the denominator is 0, 1 by 0 means infinity, which means that output will be obtained without any external input. This is the condition of oscillator. Okay. Now fourth case is if A beta greater than 1, this one. then AF is equal to minus A by, because in the denominator second term is more than first term, so it will be negative 1 by beta. This condition of large negative feedback gives the amplification depends on feedback circuit. Now we will discuss about advantages of negative feedback. Just we have seen that when negative feedback is applied, gain of the amplifier is reduced. The feedback voltages are not exactly 180-degree out of phase with the input signal. In spite of these limitations, the negative feedback amplifiers are commonly used on account of several benefits, which we are going to discuss one by one. Actually, there are 6 advantages which we have mentioned here. First advantage is stabilization of gain. This is the first advantage of the using negative feedback. So see, what is this? The overall gain of an amplifier with negative feedback AF is equal to A by 1 minus beta. What is AF? As I told you earlier, AF is the feedback of the amplifier with feedback. AF is the gain of the amplifier with feedback. A is the gain of the amplifier without feedback. Okay. Now we differentiate this equation. I suppose that you know the differentiation very well, so you can check it. When differentiate with respect to A, we will get this one. Now here a beta cancel out these two, so 1 by a minus 1 minus a beta whole square, af by this one. So sf by s. Sf, what is s? S is the sensitivity. F means feedback sensitivity. Okay. Sf is the gain sensitivity of the amplifier with feedback. Now, if this term 1 minus a beta greater than 1, obviously sf will be greater than s, therefore the right hand side is less than 1. If this, sorry, here denominator is more than 1, means the ratio will be less than 1. Thus the gain sensitivity of the amplifier decreases, which we have discussed earlier, that gain decreases. When a feedback circuit is connected, it means the negative feedback improves the gain stability. Second advantage, reduction in nonlinear distortion. We know that the nonlinear distortion increases with the level of the output signal. Let D, this is the symbol for distortion generated in the final stage of the amplifier. The distortion will appear at the output. Okay. For the negative feedback amplifier, 1 माइनस ए बीटा ग्रेटर देन 1. कई बार पहले भी बोल चुके कि ये पोर्शन जो है हम लोग ग्रेटर देन 1 मानते हैं नेगेटिव फीडबैक लिए. Therefore, the distortion DF is reduced by factor equivalent to amount of gain reduction. So, as I told you, nonlinear distortion reduces. Noise also reduces. See here. Again, we will start by the same sentence, that is 1 minus, if 1 minus beta greater than 1, then noise. See here, we know that a noise is generated in the amplifier. Let N be the noise voltage introduced at the output of an amplifier in addition of the output signal. It can be shown that the noise voltage is reduced by a factor 1 minus A beta when feedback is implied. That is, this is the noise after feedback, this is the noise without feedback, and this is the term 1 minus A beta. So, if here we see that net noise in the output is reduced, okay, and the performance of the amplifier is much improved. Okay. Figure above shows that the variation of gain with frequency for the amplifier with the with and without feedback. Here, stability. This is the fourth advantage. Increase in bandwidth. This is the bandwidth here in figure. This is the bandwidth without feedback, and this is the bandwidth after feedback. Obviously, this one is larger, so bandwidth increases after applying feedback. Now, next, increase in input impedance. Here, impedance is denoted by Z. Z is the input impedance after feedback. Zi is the input impedance without feedback, and 1 minus A beta. This one is multiplied. It means ZIF is greater than Zi, means input impedance increases. And last, decrease in output impedance. Again, we assume Z O for output, F for feedback. ZOF is the output impedance, ZO is the output impedance without feedback, and by 1 minus A beta. Here it is divided by 1 minus A beta, means this is less than this. ZOF less than ZO means decrease in output impedance. So we have discussed advantages of the negative feedback when implied in amplifier. I hope you have understood this video lecture. If you have any problem, you may ask through or you may query through social sites such as WhatsApp and Telegram. So it depends upon you which source you use. Okay, thank you.